Here we have the Steeda High-Output Raptor. Now, before we get into details on exactly what we did to this Raptor to make it a Steeda Raptor, we're gonna take it off-road. Why? Because naturally, that's where a Raptor's at home. Got a quick little trail. We'll take this thing down and show you what it's got. Let's get to it. Oh, heck yeah. First thing you notice getting in this thing are the ADD rock slider steps. They actually have an LED lighted strip inside the step that hooks up to your running lights, so whenever you have the door open or you're hitting the unlock button, again, it's additional lighting outside the truck, whether you're on the trail or getting some groceries at night, that lighting definitely comes in clutch. But I'm gonna put my seatbelt on here, take this thing off-road. So in terms of the interior, the main thing that we swapped out were probably the Steeda headrests. Outside of that, the majority of what we focused on in this truck is the performance changes with the Whipple intercooler kit, as well as the calibration that comes with it, and the wheel and tire changes, the suspension changes. It's got a 2.5-inch leveling kit on it. But I'll be honest, we're in the land of South Georgia here. There really isn't a ton of off-road terrain, but we do have this nice little trail right by Steeda Valdosta that makes things awfully convenient. But I mean, it handles all of this with ease. Those Recon Grappler tires feel awesome. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, look at the light output of this thing. It's not even dark yet. Looks like it's daytime in here. Let's see if we can mess with some of the modes here. We got deep snow and sand, 4x4 shift in progress. What else we got? Baja, rock crawl, slippery, tow haul, sport. Definitely not in sport being off-road. We'll do Baja. Rock crawl? No, we don't want 4-low. Baja sounds awesome. What do you say? But again, the lighting is just impeccable. In clearance, we had a pretty big dip there. No problem with the high clearance bumpers front and rear from ADD. And again, the lighting is awesome. I really wish we were here like in the middle of the night because you'd be able to see a ton. But I mean, this thing just, oh yeah. Oh yeah, too cool. And you not only have that 2.5-inch leveling kit to bring things up a bit, but the additional clearance you get from the larger wheels and tires hikes this thing up quite a bit off the ground. Really gives it an aggressive look that is functional too. Coming out on the street here, let's pop off the curb, take it for a little spin to see how it handles the street. Switch it back to normal mode. 4x4 shift in progress, back to 2-wheel high. And you're back on the road. The handling manners of this thing on the street are pretty darn good. One trade-off you get with a lot of the off-road suspension is usually the shocks are a little bit looser. You know, when you talk about roll stiffness and things like that, you don't necessarily get the tight cornering feel you would get in a, you know, a more roadworthy car like a Mustang or something like that. But I'm happy to say that adding the leveling kit and the other changes that we've made to this vehicle don't necessarily take away from its road handling, you know, capabilities. Do a quick little UE here. Try sport mode. And again, I will remind you guys that this is a high output Raptor, so it's got a little bit more torque than the 510 that comes from the factory with it. Paddle shifters are nice, the aluminum feels great. Now, I really don't know why I'm using the roundabout. I could go straight over it, but I won't do that. Too cool. Now, you really can't go wrong with this thing. If you're looking to take your Raptor to the next level, with all the right parts to give it not only an aggressive look, but also an aggressive feel, and the capability that comes along with it, you really can't go wrong with this package. Let's get out and do a quick walk around what this thing looks like from the outside. Starting off at the rear, you have this beautiful ADD bumper. Not only looks the part, but it's functional too. You have the rigid LEDs on either side that are hooked up to the auxiliary switches inside. And on top of that, you have these pods, again, on either side of the license plate here. When you put it in reverse, they light up the night behind you. You have this X-Tain tonneau cover, as well as the bed rug on the inside. Now, you can option this out however you'd like, but this is how this particular customer wanted it optioned out. Moving on to the side of the Raptor here, you have our now properly broken in Nitto Recon Grappler tires. These things are massive, they look the part, and they offer that additional grip you're gonna need when you're off-road and that unsettling terrain, whether it's, you know, mud, snow, sand, you name it, with these beautiful Ultra wheels. Moving on up, you got that ADD rock slider. It has those LEDs like I talked about, so when you open it up, you have those LEDs, which is pretty darn cool, not gonna lie. Again, hooked right up to the running lights. As we keep moving up to the front of the vehicle, can't get enough of those wheels and tires. It's just an awesome look, and that 2.5-inch leveling kit just really evening things out and bringing the front end up just enough to be even with the rear. And on top of that, you got the 40-inch rigid light bar right up front. It's hooked up to auxiliary 1. And if you have the high beams on, you can get these rigid lights on as well. Let's go turn those high beams on. Again, just really looks the part. Now, if you want to know more details about the EcoBoost high output Raptor from Steeda, go ahead and visit SteedaVehicles.com. You can get all the details you need if you want to get one of these for yourself. Comment below, let us know if you want to see anything else with these Raptors or potentially a Gen 3 Raptor in the future right here at the Steeda YouTube channel. Hit that like, subscribe button, that notification bell so you get a notification on your phone next time a Steeda video drops. And don't forget the most important thing, speed matters.